So why is Crusher the only character to appear in all of the box arts? No single Kong appears in all of them. Only Crusher in his various incarnations shows up in all of them. He is the first Kremling we ever see. He is also the first character in the game's story, the one who sets things in motion. Crusher follows King K. Rool's orders to steal the banana hoard alongside Clump. This cave is located to the left of the first level. Donkey Kong Country 2 then repeats this same structure. Captain K. Rool's cabin is where we learn of Donkey Kong himself having been kidnapped. Cruncher, in the Donkey Kong Country 2 box art, is standing right in front of the cabin door, despite it not being his cabin. Again, as if he were the material representative of K. Rool's will. It's funny how King K. Rool's nickname in Donkey Kong Country 64 is King Crusher K. Rool. It's as if the physical body which Crusher represents is K. Rool's own. I would like to draw all the themes I've discussed so far and focus on this image. There is a certain symmetry. Cruncher and Clomp, the two foot soldiers in this army, are at either side of the picture. They are the two that flank K. Rool, who stands in the center. Once again, in Crocodile Core, they're also the only two Kremlings who act as guardian statues. And one Kremling into the line, we find Cutlass and Crook, the only two Kremlings in this image who wield two metal weapons, one in each hand. Then come Cannon and Clubber, and now they wield only one large weapon. The duality then collapses into K. Rool, who is in the center of the picture, and he also wields only one large weapon. The two ghosts, Cackle and Cloak, are here hovering over each one of K. Rool's left and right shoulders, over Clubber and Cannon. If Cannon is a pair to Crusher, he might represent K. Rool's weapon then, his cannon, his blast of energy, or his soul. K. Rool stands at the very end of the game, but he seems to be a union of the two characters who begin the game. Let's see how it begins. Well, it begins with thunder and lightning. Diddy is guarding the banana hoard, afraid of the lightning, and at that moment the Kremlings arrive. Several sentences suggest that the arrival of the lightning flash and the arrival of Crusher and Clump are the same moment in Diddy's mind. I would like to point out then that Crusher's bust in the Monkey Museum is next to a poster of Chief Thunder from Killer Instinct, and his statues on the island are on the two locations where electricity is most present, Crocodile Core and Crazy Kremland, which is full of neon signs and electric lights. Incidentally, these are the only two areas with a double K as their initials. So, Diddy is afraid of this lightning, and the manual's design spells this out in a spooky font. However, what Diddy is cowering away from is a shadow of Donkey Kong's profile, the father figure. In the next 2 pages, the story continues with Donkey Kong confronting Cranky, who scolds him authoritatively. Another scary father figure, as shown once more by his shadow. The whole layout points to an Oedipal fear of the father. Indeed, Donkey was supposed to replace Diddy at 12 o'clock, but instead of showing up, Diddy gets greeted by thunder and Kremlings, by an unexpected situation, by chaos itself. DK won't be here to help this time, so it's Diddy's turn to stand for himself. An image begins to constellate. All the things Diddy is afraid of are mixed together. Thunder, father figures, and Kremlings. As Cranky says, it's about fearing your elders. Cranky not only has thunder in his museum, he also has electricity in his lab, where he takes the role of the mad scientist. A very similar sort of lab is seen in Donkey Kong Country 3, this time belonging to Baron K. Roolenstein, a clear pun on Frankenstein, a role he adopts in his creation of Chaos, his own Frankenstein monster. This image of the father figure who works with lightning and creates new life is very mythological in my eyes. It reminds me of Zeus, the thunder-wielding father of the gods. The strange thing is, however, that both in Donkey Kong Country 2 and Donkey Kong Country 3, electricity, or a nondescript energy, is what powers up K. Rool's creation. Otherwise, there would be no need for it in his lab. And yet, the energy which gives life to chaos is also represented by Donkey Kong and Diddy themselves.